Hi, Gordon here with another edition of the Unscripted series. I was recently asked about a number of features that we don't offer, and I was asked for an opinion on that. And one of them is the zero fret. For those of you who don't know what that is, imagine on your instrument you've got the first fret, and then toward the headstock you've got the nut that the strings ride over as they go to the tuner, where they ride through the slots in the nut. So some people, some builders, put in a fret there, and they call it a zero fret because the strings sit on that fret. Now, the advantage of doing that is that they don't have to be very precise in terms of how they slot the strings through the nut, because it's that first fret that sets the action at, or the zero fret sets the action at the first fret, much as happens all the way up the fretboard. So you'd think, well, that's a great thing to do, right? Well, not necessarily. It adds weight to the instrument and adds a little bit of complexity that I would prefer not add. Now, for those builders out there that may be thinking, well, I do the zero fret and I like it, I would say it's a matter of choice. And, some people, I think when they start building, it is easier to build, certainly with a zero fret. And so they start, with that approach, and then they get used to it and they just don't want to change. There's really not a reason for them to change. Also, on factory instruments, where they don't want to take the time to set the instrument up properly by slotting the nut, the nut perfectly for each string. A lot of factory instruments will have a zero fret on it because it's just easier for them to build quickly and in mass quantity. So again, I'm not trying to say anything bad about people that build with a zero fret. They can get a great instrument out of it, but we started without that, and I think because of my guitar background, I started without doing a zero fret. And I really try to do everything that we can to reduce the weight of the instrument and certainly any complexity. So just adding another fret so that we take less time at the nut doesn't seem to me to be a good option. And adding that little bit of fretboard that fret has to sit in also doesn't seem like, at this stage to be a good option. So that's why we didn't design it that way. All right, talk to you next week. Bye-bye.